Hey YouTube, coming at you with another single typing cup. This one I used Seeking, Lickitung, and Hitmonchan. So the thought process behind this team was Lickitung is great at breaking the sort of Cofagrigus fairy combo, right? Because the licks do super effective against Cofagrigus, and then you're so tanky and Lick and Body Slam will do well against the fairies. I did want a fighter in here because I wanted to test one out. I have had Shadow Hitmonchan, and it hits so hard, so I just want to use that. You can use any other fighter really. And then Seeking, if you're on a fighter, you probably need an answer to the fairies. So kind of a balanced team with Seeking, triple legacy Seeking at that. Seeking is actually the most disappointing because you don't have that poison subtyping, right? You're just water. So in this first matchup here, this is my first matchup using it. I've only used Seeking like once or twice before. So my thought process was I'll just poison jab, icy wind a bunch. And it's not a terrible strategy. So just an FYI though, you can Icy Wind and Drill Run are the same energy, but Drill Run hits for 20 more damage, right? So I lowered their attack once. At this point, I probably should have already been throwing, although it doesn't matter because I'm going to get to it. I don't think I would have been able to take it up with the Drill Run Plus. But you probably, if you want to lower their attack, that's fine. But then you might want to start throwing drill runs. Like there's no, again, it doesn't matter here because they're going to be taken out anyways. But in general, if I threw the drill run before, I probably would have been able to farm down. In this sort of situation, I don't mind just throwing that Icy Wind because I get lower their attack. I get a few more in there. And forces them out, and out comes a Gramble. And so at this point, I'm just like, I think Lickitung is my win condition. Let's just sacrifice Hitmonchan. And they go Crunch. I catch a Crunch. And then they're running Snarl. And they're like, I'm a fairy. I'm fine. No, you're not fine. Shadow Hitmonchan against the Shadow Gramble. This thing is chunking like crazy. So I managed to chip this all the way down. And basically just take them out here, and that counter goes through, and now it's just like, are you just in lick range? Like pretty close. I can shield up one, and I think it still needs two Moonblasts. I think I don't want to play that lick game all the way down because I'm already at like 2 body slams, so I think I could just go 2 body slams for the win here. But maybe I don't need to. Maybe I could just lick all the way down because lick does add up when you throw a bunch of them. So let's see if I get to 2 moves. I do get to 2 moves, but I'm like, I can just lick down. Yeah, so lick down is the win here. Again with the Umbreon on the lead. Let's see if I play this one differently. I remember coming into Hitmonchan 1 and being like, that's maybe kind of a dumb move. I take this and then come Hitmonchan. Yeah, which is kind of dumb because you leave yourself very vulnerable to yeah. So I would not, with this team, although it's balanced, like you cannot come in with Lickitung up, right? Because the lick is resisted. So you can't come in with Hitmonchan like this because this is just you're just like sacrificing yourself here. So I think like I went like win loss. Like this is not one of those you need to run this team right away because it's so strong sort of thing. It's kind of like going through the strengths and weaknesses of each of these Pokemon. I think Lickitung was the big winner here. It's just so tanky. It's just such good coverage against the meta. Even if you get hit with a fighter, you can lick and body slam a bunch. So if I'm building a team moving forward, it's probably with Lickitung out of these 3. Hitmonchan was fun. And you saw some of those like counters against fairies were just like, holy smokes. But obviously as a shadow fighter, you're going to get deleted by fairies, psychics, and in general, like Shadow Machamp just outpaces you too. So it's not one that you need to build at all. I think like any other fighter is fine in that spot. And then the last thing is Seeking, which again, not having that, you're doing super effective with the poison jabs against fairies, but they are also like hitting you because you're only water, so they can just throw, the charms are neutral, the Moonblast is neutral, stuff like that. So like here's a perfect situation. I'm doing super effective, but those charms are adding up too. They eventually come Cofagrigus. I don't need to chip here. I should like bank this move, quite honestly. I should bank that and come in here because I have such a good matchup. The thing is, like, that did a ton of chip damage. It's now non-stab, lower attack, dark pulse that I can basically just... I think I end up throwing instead of just committing to the full farm down. I probably should have just committed to the full farm down. I did not play well with this team. I think that's half the reason. Like, and I can throw body slam. It's definitely within body slam range. Like, I definitely didn't play well with this team. That's for sure. And there's your Machamp. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, Machamp comes in, fine. It's going to counter me down. But there's one body slam. They have to shield. Can I get to another one? No, these counters are going to add up. But, like, those licks do okay. Am I sacrificing this? No, I'm going to shield here. And then know that they're going to come in here. But this is what I'm talking about. Like, there's those charms adding up, right? So I have to throw the Icy Wind to lower their attack because these charms are adding up. So the problem with Seeking is if you're using it to run like Poison Jab, just run a Poison type Pokemon like Muck, quite honestly. Because then you at least get that fairy resistance instead of this being just like neutral to fairy and doing non-stab. Do hit it for nice there and then shield, and actually the lowering the attack will make me live this. Yeah, lowering the attack made me win this. So thank you, Seeking, for making me win that one with the lowering of attack. But again, it's one of those things where it's like, I probably should have just run Muck if I was going to do that. So Hitmonchan, you can move to other fighters. Seeking, you can use just poisons, and Lickitung, you can't really replace Lickitung, quite honestly. You cannot replace Lickitung. So Lickitung is the one that you should build around. Of course, that's easier said than done. It took me like 4 months to build this thing with all the walking I needed to do to get the XLs, because it is like a level 47 to 48, somewhere in there. 40, yeah, like it's pretty high. Actually, it's probably close to, it is 50 because it's a 9, 11, 15. So I definitely would have got this to 49.5 or 50. So it's probably there. Meganium, is it on one of my teams? I've tried it a couple times, but I haven't liked the teams. So I'll have a Ninetales. So I use Ninetales. I think Ninetales is one of like the safer ones in there. So I've barely seen any water. So I think Ninetales is very safe in this and just good in pretty much any neutral matchup. So I got that team coming tomorrow. But other than that, I tried double grass team. It just didn't work out. I tried because I saw like a lot of it just seemed like any team I tried, it didn't work out because like I just saw, and I think it's just like bad luck, because I saw like I used a double grass team and I saw like a couple dragons which walled it, and then I used a double steel team and I would get a fighter like in the back almost guaranteed, and then they would like just that taking you out just, and then the double steel is Registeel and Berserker, and Berserker is so glassy. Berserker is so glassy in this league. So that didn't work. So I dropped a bunch. Like I tried like multiple different teams. They each went like 1 and 4. I'm like no. So I dropped a bunch of yellow. That's fine. This is what I'm talking about. I want to see if I'll flip switch here because they had the Cofagrigus lead. I have Lickitung, which is an answer to it. And now they came in with their Clefable. I tank a Meteor Mash pretty well, still over 50%. Now the question is how... Oh yeah, for sure I'm going to be able to either flip switch or grab shield advantage here, because they are... I can live another Meteor Mash probably. Yeah. And they're going to have to throw again. And so there we go. Like I'm going to grab 2 shields or 1 shield and flip switch here. What am I doing here? I'm going to grab 1 shield and flip switch. And this is why Lickitung core breaks the Cofagrigus fairy. Great there. This is also why I probably would not run this team, because Hitmonchan and Seeking do not have a good pairing. I came in here because I thought you're probably running Cofagrigus double fairy. And I was right. But this is here you go. This is why Seeking is terrible. A Disarming Voice, which is the bait move on this thing, did 50%. So I was like, I gotta farm down, but I end up getting like 2 Disarming Voice at the shield. So even if I farm down, I have to double shield, and then I lose here. So yeah, Seeking was very, very, very disappointing in this meta. Throw the Icy Wind, not enough to take it out. Hopefully maybe they lose count. I think they lose count. They go for the full farm down. Yeah, so I don't know. I think they should have thrown in, they would have won, but do get the farm down for the win. Seeking into Umbreon again. A lot of people used Umbreon, which makes sense because it is outside of the fighters and the fairies, which are a lot of them. Great answer to Cofagrigus, great answer to Lickitung, good answer to any sort of neutral matchup like this. I think this is one where I'm like, let's just go Drone because it's way better. Let me just see how much this actually does here. Still going to take 3, maybe 2, and I can farm down, but we'll see. Looks like I'm going to lose anyways, but at least you're going to lose in the zero shield, while chipping it a bunch, just going straight drill. Oh, they shielded, so that's good. I probably should have gone again drill run there, but I was like, you know what, if it's loaded with energy, I probably could have taken it out with a drill run. But if I'm like, it's loaded with energy, let's just lower its attack so I can come in here and do a bunch of damage. Grimer as a poison. That's knowing Mud Shot here. So I was like, let's just chip this, and then hopefully 2 shielded Lickitung can just sweep here. I don't know what's in the back yet, so I probably have to shield. What is in the back? Because right now this is looking okay. Ninetales is in the back, which just should be still okay, no? No, because I know Lickitung loses this matchup straight up because I've played this matchup before. Although I don't run Ember on it, I run Fire Spin, so maybe I should? Do I try and catch? What do I try and do here? Oh, I try to counter down with him on Chan. I should have shielded and got to a move here. So I can see my loss here. I should have just shielded and threw the move. I thought I could farm down, but it just Fire Spin. It's not Fire Spin. It's Ember. So that does way more damage. And this matchup, same thing. Like, why wouldn't you just run a poison? Because now they're doing super effective against you too. Like, Seeking. So disappointing. Not worth a triple legacy, in my opinion. Maybe it's good in other metas. It was not worth it in this one. Good news is I'll lower their attack, so I'll be able to shield and farm. Take this out, come out with energy. Not that switch is super important with this team, but it's a little bit important because if you get like Cofagrigus or a Fairy, you really want to get your Lickitung on it. And there's a Cofa. So I'm going to lower its attack once and then go drill run probably here. Yeah, let's see. I could just have gone like 2 drill runs because it's not like it's going to do anything against... I probably should have just gone 2 drill runs. I think next time I play with this, I'm going to throw drill run a lot more. But look at those counters add up. I do think that they boom me with the close combat here, but that lowers their attacks substantially that I can just lick down even double resisted here. So get that. And then your Kafa is not going to take me out from full health range when you are basically in Lick and Body Slam range. So they shield, but this is a lost cause for them. Because it takes like 4 foul plays to take, or dark pulses to take this out. It's not a good matchup at all. So that is the team. I just noticed I did not mute my battles. I didn't see anything flagging up, so I'm hoping there was no audio of the battles over my thing. But again, it's kind of like a double. I mute them on when I cut them down. I mute them there, and I usually mute them here, but I forgot to mute them here, but hopefully I actually muted them properly back there. Anyways, sort of double redundancy sort of thing. that is it. Let me know in the comments below if you have a team that's working, because like I said, this is on for 2 weeks, so I do think that I could run with this a lot, like this league, and I got a fair amount of Pokemon. Although I haven't tried it's interesting. I have a fair amount of Pokemon, but some that I just haven't tried yet because I feel like the meta is getting smaller already. Like Cofagrigus is everywhere. I'm seeing Umbreon is the answer to it. I'm seeing fairies everywhere. So it seems like it's narrowing pretty quickly, but we will see. Anyways, that is it. Appreciate you watching. Have a good weekend. Like I said, I am alone for the next couple weeks, so I plan on streaming either at night, or I could do midday when most of my subscribers are on as well. So check those out. I don't know if I'm going to schedule it or they're going to just be impromptu. But yeah, that's it. Appreciate you watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.